Thank you for joining us today for this presentation of the 2022-2023 Results-Driven Accountability, or RDA, Framework Performance Determinations and Monitoring Overview. The 2022-2023 RDA Framework Components that are discussed in this presentation include the RDA Manual, the RDA Confidential and Subsequent Public LEA Reports, calculated determination level assignments for the 3 included program areas, and continuous improvement engagement and activities based on targeted DL and cyclical monitoring assignments. The graphic icon identifiers here are included throughout to identify component information as we proceed. We will begin with the RDA Manual and Legal Authority. The 2022 RDA Manual was adopted into Commissioner's Rules at 19 TAC Section 97.1005 on August 29, 2022. The 2022 RDA Manual can be found on TEA's Results-Driven Accountability webpage indicated on this slide. This RDA webinar recording can be found on TEA's Review and Support Resources webpage, also included on this slide. Also included in the RDA rule overview are the year-to-year changes seen here. Of note, 2022 program area had a change from EL for English learners to EB for emergent bilingual students, and the number of indicators in the BE, ESL, EB program area increased from 11 to 12 for a total of 36 indicators in 2022. The additional indicator for BE, ESL, EB is indicator number 3, Alternative Language Program, or ALP, star 3 through 8 passing rate, report only, no PL assigned. Additional information for this indicator is found on page 21 of the 2022 RDA Manual. For program information regarding this indicator, refer questions to English Learner Support at tea.texas.gov. Moving on, we will now discuss RDA data, reports, and diagnostics. Confidential reports were released to LEAs on September 16, 2022, within the TEAL accountability application. The 3 included programs are color formatted with a summary section that was completed with the November 10, 2022 public report release. Reports include 3 years of available data with current year performance level 0 cut points when available. Rates are assigned based on numerator and denominator data included in the report, and performance level assignments are displayed for all applicable indicators. Data contained in the RDA LEA reports inform the monitoring diagnostic frameworks for each of the included program areas.
As stated, data contained in the RDA LEA reports inform the monitoring diagnostic frameworks for each of the included program areas. I want to share with you framework information regarding the bilingual education and English as a second language diagnostic framework that is seen in this slide. In accordance with the policy of the state, the agency shall evaluate the effectiveness of BE-ESL programs. The identified program areas are essential to the analysis of the effectiveness of 8 critical indicators of student achievement within the monitoring framework that is seen here. They are equitable participation, program model, program and English language proficiency standards, the ELPS, the implementation of the ELPS, program evaluations, the language proficiency assessment committees, or the LPAC, state assessment, parent involvement, and staff development and training. This diagnostic framework supports the TEA and LEAs in developing differentiated support activities to promote program effectiveness and continuous improvement of achievement indicators for emergent bilingual students in Texas. This diagnostic framework supports the TEA and local education agencies in analyzing and responding to a variety of complex information about program implementation, student outcomes, and family engagement. The framework supports continuous improvement of the framework supports continuous improvement of student outcomes by connecting instruction, student performance, professional development, and technical assistance. The system of general supervision incorporates the TA commitment to continuous improvement, transparency, and accountability in a way that emphasizes the connection between general supervision activities and improved student services and outcomes. In accordance with the results-driven accountability, the RDA framework, other special populations or OSP reporting includes indicators that are used to measure and ensure the academic success of students in foster care, students experiencing homelessness, or military connected in an LEA in Texas. The system of general supervision incorporates the TA commitment to continuous improvement, transparency, and accountability in a way that emphasizes the connection between general supervision activities and improved student services and outcome. Monitoring activities for the current school year will be aligned to continuous improvement activities that are directly aligned to determination levels that are identified through OSP performance level indicators.
TEA's Special Education or SPED framework includes a system of general supervision that emphasizes a data-driven, systematic approach to compliance and improvement of outcomes consistent with the federal intent for students with disabilities served in special education. In collaboration with stakeholders, the TEA engaged in an analysis protocol to revise and refine the system of general supervision. As a result, the TEA developed a diagnostic framework that concentrates general supervision activities in 3 domains. Those domains are implementation, student outcomes, and family engagement. With regards to special education, these 3 domains are essential to addressing 7 identified critical areas of compliance found across the state. Those 7 areas include properly constituted ARD committees, evaluation, IEP content, IEP development, IEP implementation, state assessment, and transition. That said, TEA does not exclude other compliance requirements of IDEA not seen here in their comprehensive monitoring efforts. Definitions and additional information are found in the 2022-2023 Division of Review and Support Differentiated Monitoring and Support Guide to General Supervision and Monitoring located on the TEA Review and Support website for all programs.
Let's talk now about performance and determinations. Let's review RDA determination levels or DLs and categories. LEAs who obtain a DL1 meets requirements generally demonstrate successful self-monitoring, high levels of compliance with state and federal regulations, positive outcomes for students, and effective use of professional development resources. LEAs who meet RDA requirements have access to universal supports to engage in an ongoing continuous improvement process related to all program areas within RDA. LEAs who obtain a DL1 and meet requirements retain continuous improvement plans at the local level. LEAs who meet RDA requirements may also have opportunities to engage in additional or optional activities related to the program areas within the RDA framework, such as promising practices reviews, special pilot projects, or innovative approaches with the goal of improving student outcomes. LEAs who obtain a DL2 needs assistance have 1 or more areas of moderate need as demonstrated through RDA indicators. After identifying areas of strength and need, LEAs who obtain a DL2 in the SPED program area receive TEA assistance to develop a strategic support plan that prioritizes continuous improvement efforts and participate in quarterly collaboration with TEA review and support staff to monitor progress towards strategic support plan goals. LEAs identified as needs assistance are guided by the Department of Review and Support team to access universal supports or identified targeted supports to engage in practices of continuous improvement. LEAs who obtain a DL3 needs intervention have either one area of intense need and/or multiple areas of moderate need as demonstrated through the RDA framework. Areas of improvement are identified through the RDA indicators and LEA self-assessment, identifying the LEA's need for a universal and targeted support. LEAs who obtain a DL3 related to the BE, ESL, EB programs will complete a self-assessment in these areas to inform their continuous improvement efforts. After identifying areas of strength and need, LEAs who obtain a DL3 in any of the RDA program areas receive TEA assistance to develop a strategic support plan that prioritizes continuous improvement efforts and participate in bi-monthly collaboration with TEA review and support staff to monitor progress towards strategic support plan goals. The LEA receives assistance from the TEA review and support staff regarding targeted supports designed to address LEA prioritized areas of need and are directed to targeted supports. LEAs who obtain a DL4 needs substantial intervention may have one or more areas of intense need demonstrated through indicators. Areas of improvement are identified through RDA indicators, LEA self-assessment, and/or monitoring activity results, which identify the need for targeted or intensive support. LEAs who obtain a DL4 related to the BE, ESL, EB, or OSP programs will complete a self-assessment in these areas to inform their continuous improvement efforts. LEAs who obtain a DL4 in any of the RDA program areas will outline activities and interventions to address improvement efforts in a strategic support plan developed by the LEA. LEAs who need substantial intervention participate in monthly collaboration with the TEA review and support staff to monitor progress towards strategic support plan goals. LEAs identified as needing substantial intervention with RDA determinations will be prescribed targeted and intensive supports and activities designed to address LEA areas of need. As a reminder, regardless of the determination level, all LEAs complete a self-assessment of their special education program annually. TEA analyzes data from the RDA indicators assigned with the performance levels, or PLs, to address LEA performance on student outcomes and compliance indicators to guide supervision and support for each LEA. Each LEA is then assigned a DL, which is aligned with specific monitoring and support activities. The DLs are calculated based on an overall analysis of indicator results. For SPED programs, additional federally required elements are included in the DL calculation. LEAs are expected to address the needs associated with their assignment of DL 1, 2, 3, or 4, and with individual data indicators that contribute to the overarching DL. To address factors like minimum size requirements, available data, and other data anomalies, the DL process considers A, the number of RDA indicators on which an LEA is evaluated within each program area, and B, its PL on each indicator applicable to the program area. There are 4 parts to the annual determination process with all RDA program areas. First, calculation of the performance level, or PL mean, then application of percentile distribution and cut points, followed by determination values of 1, 2, 3, or 4 based on percentile position, and finally, associated determination levels based on the DL values 1, 2, 3, and 4. An LEA is a DL4 needs substantial intervention when their performance level mean value is greater than 99% of the PL mean values. An LEA is a DL3 needs intervention when their PL mean value is greater than 95% of the PL mean values. An LEA as a DL2 needs assistance when their PL mean value is greater than 80% of the PL mean values. And for an LEA that has a PL mean value at or below 80% of all PL mean values, then they're assigned a DL1, meets requirements. For 86 LEAs in the BE, ESL, EB program area, there was no data to make a determination with, and therefore they are not assigned a rating. The same criteria applies to OSP DL assignment. LEAs assigned DL4 have PL mean values greater than 99% of the PL mean values. DL3s have PL mean values greater than 95% of the PL mean values. DL2s have PL mean values greater than 80% of the PL mean values. And DL1s meeting requirements have PL mean values at or below 80% of the PL mean values. And within OSP analysis, 120 LEAs are not assigned a rating due to no data availability. The same criteria applies to SPED DL assignment. However, you may remember that 4 additional federally required elements are included for the overall PL mean calculation. These 4 elements are assigned PLs for the calculation and were reported in the final public RDA report summary on November 10, 2022. As with the other program areas discussed today, LEAs assigned a DL4 have PL mean values greater than 99% of the PL mean values. DL3s have PL mean values greater than 95% of the PL mean values. DL2s have PL mean values greater than 80% of the PL mean values. And DL1s meeting requirements have PL values at or below 80% of the PL mean values. All LEAs have been assigned a determination level for the SPED program area.
Now, let's discuss the continuous improvement intervention requirements and supports. The requirements of IDEA related to the development of the State Performance Plan, or SPP, and the accompanying Annual Performance Report, or APR, complement the TEA's efforts to build a system of general supervision. This system achieves continuous improvement through data-driven, evidence-based efforts inclusive of stakeholder needs and input. Activities for continuous improvement are found in both optional and required monitoring supports. Interventions based upon determinations within the RDA framework are aligned across multiple program areas and are integrated into the differentiated monitoring system respective to each program area. LEAs may access universal, targeted, or intensive supports based on the determined performance level. To achieve continuous improvement goals, the DMS system relies on a results-driven approach to identify the types of support required for each LEA. Differentiated supports are provided for all LEAs based on needs identified through compliance and student outcomes data. Additional support activities may be recommended based on the results of monitoring activities, such as a desk review or an on-site review. The TEA has aligned 3 types of support with the RDA framework to be implemented within the TEA DMS system: universal, targeted, and intensive. LEAs receive differentiated supports based on their individual areas of identified need. While accessing recommended supports, LEAs are expected to demonstrate progress toward improving outcomes for students and increasing compliance with state and federal requirements. In cases where the LEA does not demonstrate sufficient progress, the TEA may prescribe intensive supports as required by law. Universal supports are proactive technical assistance resources available for all LEAs. Universal supports are designed to assist the LEA in continuously improving educational outcomes for students. LEAs accessing universal supports benefit by actively addressing identified areas of need, increasing capacity for quality program implementation, and maintaining a culture of continuous improvement. Examples of universal supports include, but are not limited to, free online modules, access to statewide technical assistance networks, program guidance, family resources, frequently asked questions, TEA review and support, team communications. Targeted supports may include technical assistance resources available for LEAs who obtain an overall determination level or DL2 or DL3 to address specific areas of need focused on one or more discrete issues. Targeted supports are designed to address the needs identified through RDA indicators and to assist LEA's efforts to improve educational outcomes for students. LEAs participating in targeted supports benefit by implementing improvement activities that directly address needs, increase the LEA's capacity to resolve the root cause or causes of performance gaps, and establish a culture of continuous improvement. Examples of targeted supports are, but are not limited to, free online modules, referral to statewide technical assistance networks, targeted ESC workshops, family resources, program guidance, frequently asked questions, professional development with follow-up support, TEA feedback and assistance in completing the strategic support plan, and bi-monthly collaboration with TEA regional teams. LEAs receiving targeted supports may be asked to provide evidence of completion of support activities. Examples of evidence that may be submitted include, but are not limited to, technical assistance schedules, revised procedures, handouts and materials used for professional development, meeting agendas, sign-in sheets for training activities, and data demonstrating progress toward strategic support plan goals. Intensive supports are identified to prioritize areas of need for LEAs who obtain a determination level 4. Like targeted supports, they are designed to address the needs identified through RDA indicator analysis and to assist LEA efforts to improve educational outcomes for students. LEAs participating in intensive supports benefit by prioritizing improvement activities that directly address needs, build capacity to identify and address the root cause or causes of performance gaps, and establish a culture of continuous improvement. LEAs that are identified as a DL4 and need substantial intervention will engage in prescribed activities directly related to the LEA's identified area or areas of need with sustained and in-depth support. Examples of intensive supports include, but are not limited to, TEA assistance in completing the strategic support plan, monitoring of progress towards short and long-term improvement goals, assignment to statewide technical assistance networks, assignment to ESC support, professional development with sustained follow-up, monthly collaboration with TEA regional teams, LEAs receiving intensive supports are required to provide evidence of completion of support activities. Examples of evidence that may be submitted include, but are not limited to, technical assistance schedules, revised procedures, handouts and materials used for professional development, meeting agendas, sign-in sheets for training activities, and data demonstrating progress towards strategic support plan goals. The framework shows the suggested and required monitoring elements for all LEAs relating to their determination level, or DL. All LEAs are recommended to complete a self-assessment of their program areas annually as part of their continuous improvement process. LEAs are also recommended to create a strategic support plan, or SSP, to develop focused goals and activities for continuous improvement. The purpose of self-assessment is to assist LEA leadership teams in evaluating and improving their educational programs serving students in special populations. The special education self-assessment is completed annually by all LEAs, regardless of RDA framework determination level, and is intended to engage leadership teams in proactively addressing special education compliance and improving student performance. Self-assessment requirements for bilingual education, English as a second language, emerging bilingual, or BE, ESL, EB, and other special populations, or OSP, are determined based upon performance data in the RDA framework. The purpose of the annual strategic plan is to guide LEAs through the process of prioritizing areas for improvement and developing a plan to improve outcomes for students with disabilities, emerging bilingual students, students who are homeless, students in foster care, and/or students who are military connected. The strategic support plan is a tool designed to align with the Effective Schools Framework, or ESF, prioritize level 1, strong school leadership and planning, to assist LEAs through data-driven practices. The strategic support plan is a continuous improvement tool that addresses gaps and outcomes for all programs evaluated within the RDA framework, and is also utilized to identify the root causes contributing to low performance for LEA special education programs. LEAs are encouraged to engage in continuous program improvement regardless of RDA determinations. However, based upon annual determinations within the RDA framework, strategic support plan submissions may be required. LEAs who obtain a determination level 3 or determination level 4 related to their bilingual education, English as a second language, emerging bilingual, or BE, ESL, EB, or other special populations, or OSP, program areas in the RDA framework, and/or LEAs who obtain a determination level 2, determination level 3, or determination level 4 related to their special education program are required to submit a strategic support plan to the TEA and engage in regular scheduled support conferences with the TEA Division of Review and Support. The purpose of the targeted desk review is to ensure LEA compliance with federal and state special education requirements through a review of individual student records aligned to RDA indicators. Each LEA selected for participation in a targeted desk review will provide documentation for a select sample of students to the TEA Review and Support team through the Ascend Texas application. The review and support team will conduct a targeted desk review upon receiving the LEA documents. The purpose of the targeted on-site review is to thoroughly examine multiple measures related to federal compliance and improving student outcomes. In preparation for an on-site review, the review and support team will conduct desk review activities previously described in collaboration with the LEA's leadership staff. When the LEA is selected for a targeted support review, an on-site review may be conducted based on the LEA's RDA determination level, results of the targeted desk review, and historical LEA performance data. The targeted review is designed to analyze LEA performance on the RDA indicator or indicators identified as areas of need and indicators that align to IDEA requirements. The Strategic Support Plan, or SSP, is designed to assist LEAs to address areas of improvement that will positively impact student outcomes associated with results-driven accountability, or RDA determination levels. The SSP is a tool used annually as part of the LEA's continuous improvement process to prioritize essential program elements, clear timelines, milestones, metrics, and task owners. When implemented with fidelity, the SSP will cultivate an environment that promotes student outcomes while addressing the root causes of low performance related to RDA determination levels. The SSP is not a substitute to fulfill requirements of the Effective Schools Framework, or ESF, determined by accountability, nor any targeted improvement plan required through the ESF process. Now, let's review timelines and events. Here is an outline of the key monitoring events occurring during the fall and early winter of the 2022-2023 school year. RDA confidential reports were released to LEAs on September 16. State Performance Plan noncompliance notifications and significant disproportionality, or SD notifications, were distributed to LEAs between October 10th and October 13th. RDA determination levels were uploaded into the Ascend Texas application on November 7th. In November, the Division of Review and Support will offer the following webinars: the RDA Overview, the Strategic Support Plan Overview, and the Bilingual Education, English as a Second Language, Emerging Bilingual, and Other Special Population Self-Assessment Training Session for ESC personnel. On December 7th, a Bilingual Education, English as a Second Language, Emerging Bilingual, and Other Special Population Self-Assessment Training Session for LEA personnel will be facilitated by Susie Coulters and Ronald Bragg. On December 16th, LEAs were required to submit a corrective action plan to address State Performance Plan, or SPP, noncompliance, and or a Strategic Support Plan, SSP, as an outcome of overall RDA program determination level, should upload or submit submissions in the Ascend Texas application. Also, LEA should anticipate receiving correspondence regarding cyclical and targeted monitoring activities, which will begin in January. Finally, on January 14th, the legal framework, SPP, SD assurances will be due. During the 2022-2023 school year, LEAs engaging in the strategic support plan process will develop an SSP using the support plan feature in the Ascend Texas application. When LEAs access the Ascend Texas application, the user will be able to select support plan feature located on the dashboard. LEA users will be able to initiate the development of a corrective action plan and/or strategic support plan. Additional information and guidance will be provided regarding the support plan feature during the strategic support plan overview, and the Ascend Texas guidance is also available on the Review and Support webpage. Please ensure LEA staff who may be responsible for engaging and monitoring activities has the appropriate access to the Ascend Texas application. If access is needed, users should request access to Ascend Texas via the Texas Education Agency login or TEAL. Once access is requested and approved by the LEA superintendent or the superintendent's designee, the user should be able to access the Ascend Texas application within TEAL. Let's review the Ascend Texas roles in TEAL. The first role, LEA approver. This role will oversee local access to the platform and approve submissions to TEA. Like other TEAL applications, the LEA approver role functions as the super user who approves all aspects of the application within their respective LEA, including requests for application access within the LEA and final submissions to the TEA. LEA data entry. This role will be able to enter data into the Ascend Texas application, including the self-assessment, strategic support plan, and upload documentation for the desk review. This may be the District Coordinator of School Improvement, or DCSI, Special Education Director, or other administrative staff who would enter LEA level data into the application. TEA full edit. This role is for TEA users who provide regular maintenance and updates to the Ascend Texas application. TEA viewer. This role is for TEA reviewers working with LEAs to support their continuous improvement efforts. And the viewer role is for ESC staff providing supports to LEAs for the self-assessment and other DMS components. When you first log into the Ascend Texas application, users will begin on the user dashboard. The user dashboard is where you can navigate to the different elements of the system to engage in monitoring activities such as the support plan process or the self-assessment.
Questions regarding the 2022 RDA manual, applicable policies, or monitoring functions and events should be directed to the Office of Special Populations and Monitoring at 512-463-9414 or by email at reviewandsupport@tea.texas.gov. Questions regarding the 2022 RDA manual technical processing, calculations, or 2022 RDA report should be directed to performance-based monitoring at 512-463-9704 or by email at pbm@tea.texas.gov. Thank you for joining us for the 2022-2023 Results-Driven Accountability RDA Framework Performance Determinations and Monitoring Overview.